In the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful. Hello everyone, this is Dr. Tariq Masood. Thank you very much for watching my videos and your wonderful support to make this channel a grand success. We are a partner. Please subscribe and share our channel if you haven't done so far. We as a team can work together to convert challenges into opportunities and opportunities into success stories. These success stories can be monetized into value addition. Thank you very much for your precious time. Okay, so far we have discussed our 2 lectures on a challenge for organization model. So uncertain world, victory, bureaucracy and change. Today we are going to discuss lecture number 3 on introduction of challenge for organizations, and after that we will run a complete trail on uncertain words. Okay, before my lecture I used to read a Quranic verse, Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli rabbi zidni ilma. Okay, now I am going to run a complete trail on my lecture number 3. Okay, challenge for organization, customer victory, bureaucracy, Requiem for bureaucracy, change, yes, but why? Okay, in my lecture number 1, we have discussed what is the change. Cost of uncontrolled change becomes intolerable. Okay, so in lecture number 2, we have discussed trying to control the events, importance of knowledge and knowledge sharing. Okay, today we are going to discuss lecture number 3 here. So in lecture number 3, introduction, we are going to discuss a strategic analysis of organization, as we have given next slide are key takeaway points from strategic analysis of organization. Okay, strategic analysis of organization, which are going to demonstrate here. So we will discuss a leading change, transition period, and what are the new requirements lie in the opportunity that is opens. So now on my next slide, we are going to run a complete trail on a strategic analysis of an organization. Okay, challenge for organization, customer victory, bureaucracy, Requiem for bureaucracy, changes, but why and what. So the first topic, uncertain world, we are going to discuss here. So what is basically uncertain world? It has different segments. Let's set the scene. Confidence crisis, Middle Age or Mad Max, the American model, many words for a single disease, escaping the crisis in a different way, ferality of the dragons. Next, customer victory, what is demonstrated in the customer victory here. So in customer victory, the customer from a scarce product to the scarce customer, hazard of the segmentation, how not to listen, the case of British catering company, get off the beaten track. Then we discuss how human resource management as essential, contrary to the customer victory. Number 3 topic here, what is bureaucracy basically? So the story of an evolutions, Taylor or the soul, rationality, Professor his map and the bureaucracy. So we'll also put some comparative analysis, airline and automobile industry. So everybody else how they demonstrate. Then we also discuss integration and cost cutting. And the last, we will also discuss less spending on more corporations. Okay, number 3 here, our scheme of bureaucracy, task segmentation, the better a teacher you are, the less you teach. Client held hostage. So the second here is new economy, old bureaucracy, coordination and cooperation. Number 4 here, change, yes, but why? What change? Changing a winning team, theoretical debate to centralize or to decentralize, change by acting on structures, the declaration of a good tax conduct, formal organization and real organization, change through play on attitude, the negative attitude of inspectors or how they demonstrate the different aspects. That is final lectures on challenge for organization. Strategic analysis for an organization. Okay, now we are going to discuss the first here, as mentioned here, the leading change associated with this mode of reasoning. Then a knowledge tool, another step forward, what's the problem here and how it can be concluded. The frame of reference will be that of the strategic analysis for an organization, although its use will be extended in view of latest experiences of a leading change associated with this mode of reasoning. In fact, recent organization analysis has primarily been used as a knowledge tool. That is first here. And it is now important to take another step forward and in the light of a new different cases, look to see what this same tool can be contribute in the phase of different initiatives that can be used for the diagnostic purposes. This will be retains all its importance since it allows us to highlight the problems. What are the problems demonstrated here that any actions of change is supposed to handle. Okay. However, as mentioned here, the basic postulate of the organization analysis is that of the limited rationality, therefore of the intelligence of actors. Okay, therefore the intelligence of the actor, this makes it possible to continue and work on terms and conditions which favor the behavior evolution of such intelligent actor. That is how it's demonstrated here. Okay, now on my next slide, we are going to discuss what we should not underestimate. Okay, should not underestimate here. So the strategic analysis for organizations first here. So it is basically to what extent this idea to intelligence when one has a thorough understanding of all implications. So what are the implications? Okay, then can be demanding and off-putting compared with the conventional management approach. So that's demanding, off-putting than conventional management approach as demonstrated here. Okay, what is basically marked here? The marked by the suspicious, so that could be doubt and necessity for the control in the narrowest sense of terms. At the same time, it is easy to anticipate that this what established the foundation and legitimacy of the transition through the trust. Okay, on my next slide, we are going to discuss what is the transition is made necessary. Okay, now over here, transition made necessary. So at the part of the strategic analysis for organization. Okay, what is basically by increase in independence, first here, information capacity for choice, okay, and therefore intelligence of those working in organizations, all are not yet knowledge workers. Okay, although the tendency is moving in that direction as we mentioned here. Okay, what is basically, so although it's not happened, we are thus confronted with a population who are more inclined to question the orders given to them, to be more critical if what is proposed does not correspond to any apprehension based on reality. Okay, that is how it demonstrated as the transition made necessary. On my next slide, what position aspect of this new requirements lies in the opportunities? Okay, the new requirements lie in the opportunity that it's open. Okay, now what we demonstrate here, first here, so the contestables events, cost of change, polarized knowledge and practical solutions. What it demonstrates, starting from reality, therefore the knowledge is a necessity that is even less contestable, in that it is so necessary to reduce human and financial cost of change. Okay, the number 3 here, but once this investment is made, it can be valorized by associating all parties with such knowledge. So what is demonstrated here, and involving them in the search for practical solutions. Okay, that focus on their own behavior and not simply on structures or on attitudes. So that is first on new requirements lies in the opportunity that is opens. Okay, on my next slide, we'll demonstrate what is the facts dictates the logic and structure. Okay, So the takes the logic and structures a method. First here the logic and structures here, methods, approach, possible to limit the risk. Okay, all that has been said as we discussed in my earlier slides, that fact dictates the logic and structure in this model. So what we demonstrate, for while there is a necessity to propose an approach, a method that it at least makes it possible, as we mentioned here, so to reduce the possible risk inherent to any process of change. To avoid some of the pitfalls, it is just as essential upstream to explain why. Okay, why today no organization, whether public or private, can be exonerated from rapid transformation, its method of operation, as we mentioned here. Okay, as well, will be demonstrating in which way in members can work. The revolution in organization that will be discussing, okay, in our next lectures. So in fact, a revolution in the working methods, we must first and foremost come to understand its a fundamental nature if one day we want to be able to make it acceptable to the actor themselves, as will be suggested. Okay, so as we have discussed in earlier and can be in my next slide. Okay, now we will demonstrate a few points on the what is the customer victory and change process. Okay, customer victory here. What we basically demonstrate the customer victory. First, focus on analysis, involvement, bureaucratic and quantitative. Okay, customer victory, a challenge for organization will therefore focus on analysis of involvement, which are precipitate organization, and mainly those that will define as a bureaucratic way to walk into change and the concept that make it possible. First, the aspects of the incidents here. Okay, so the change in organization can be answered why is primordials, not because it's allow us to interpret the history here. Okay, the number 3 here, one cannot rewrite the past here. So, but because it gives a meaning or a sense to what we experience every day, to what we feel we have to endure rather than upper mode. That is what the strategic analysis on the customer victory we have demonstrated. On my next slide, the change process, how the change process can happen. Okay, the change process. Okay, the change process constituted into methods, tools, approach, doing things modestly, and to reduce its cost into human terms. What it mentions. The change process will focus on method and tools. Number 1, it aims to answer the question how we doing the things by identifying the approaches and the way of doing things right that make it possible. So that is demonstrated in the fact. Okay, accompanying change to control it and even a more modestly to reduce the cost in the human terms, as we demonstrated here. Okay, now, so it also mentioned, as we have already emphasized, assessing reality by means of knowledge tools helps to make it less dramatic and thus an objective for action rather than subject of biased argument. Okay, thank you very much. Now we are going to demonstrate my next slide what we have discussed in this here. Conclusion, leading change associated with the mode of reasoning. First here, so then we have discussed one should not underestimate, then a transition made it necessary, new requirements lie in the opportunities, facts dictate the logic, customer victory, change process. Okay, on my next slide, we are next topic, challenge for organization, uncertain world. We are going to discuss my next lecture. Let's set the scene, confidence crisis, middle age or Mad Max, and the American model. On my next couple of days, we will discuss these 4 topics. You can read more material related to challenge for organization, customer victory, bureaucracies, so the management challenge for 21st century. So next frontiers, city groups, a sense of decisions, the bureaucratic phenomena, actor and system. Thank you very much for your wonderful contribution and your precious time to make this channel a grand success. Thank you very much again. Please don't hesitate. Send me your feedback and comments t.masood.dear@bath.edu. Please stay at home, stay safe, stay inspired, and stay blessed. Thank you very much again. Please also share my video lecture to your friends, your family members. Thank you very much.